Day 27 in the month of October Bible study from the book of Proverbs, chapter 27 verse 1 to 27. New International Version. Proverbs 27:1. Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring. Imagine a student who confidently announces they'll ace an upcoming exam without studying, only to find that unexpected circumstances prevent them from preparing. This verse reminds us that life is uncertain. We should live with humility and focus on today, making the most of the present moment and trusting God with the future. Proverbs 27:2. Let someone else praise you, and not your own mouth. An outsider, and not your own lips. Think of an employee who constantly boasts about their own achievements. Eventually, it becomes tiring for others to hear. True recognition feels more genuine when it comes from others rather than from ourselves. This verse encourages us to let our work speak for itself and be humble about our accomplishments. Proverbs 27:3. Stone is heavy and iron a burden, but a fool's provocation is heavier than both. Dealing with someone who constantly argues without reason can be emotionally draining, like carrying a heavy load. This verse teaches us that foolishness weighs on others, and we should seek to be thoughtful rather than argumentative or contentious. Proverbs 27:4. Anger is cruel and fury overwhelming, but who can stand before jealousy? Jealousy can eat away at relationships more quietly and persistently than anger. While anger flares up and often dissipates, jealousy lingers, leading to resentment. This verse warns us of jealousy's dangerous power, urging us to guard our hearts against it. Proverbs 27:5. Better is open rebuke than hidden love. If a friend hides their feelings to avoid conflict, their silence may harm the relationship more than an honest, constructive conversation. This verse encourages us to be sincere with those we care about, even when the truth is difficult. Proverbs 27:6. Wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses. A true friend may give you tough advice or correction out of love, while someone with bad intentions may flatter you. Just as a doctor's treatment may hurt but heals, friends who genuinely care may challenge us for our growth. Proverbs 27:7. One who is full loads honey from the comb, but to the hungry even what is bitter tastes sweet. When we are content, we may overlook things others value, but those in need are grateful for even the smallest blessings. This verse reminds us to stay grateful and aware of how our perspective changes with our circumstances. Proverbs 27:8. Like a bird that flees its nest is anyone who flees from home. A bird's nest represents safety and provision, much like a home. Leaving this foundation without purpose or maturity can lead to instability. This verse highlights the value of stability and the importance of having a secure foundation in life. Proverbs 27:9. Perfume and incense bring joy to the heart, and the pleasantness of a friend springs from their heartfelt advice. Just as a fragrance lifts our spirits, a friend's genuine advice can bring clarity and comfort. This verse reminds us of the value of sincere friendships that uplift and guide us through life. Proverbs 27:10. Do not forsake your friend or a friend of your family, and do not go to your relative's house when disaster strikes you. Better a neighbor nearby than a relative far away. In emergencies, the people nearby can often help faster than distant family. This verse emphasizes the importance of nurturing relationships with those around us, as they may be the ones who offer immediate support. Proverbs 27:11. Be wise, my son, and bring joy to my heart. Then I can answer anyone who treats me with contempt. Just as a parent feels pride in a child who acts wisely, wisdom in our lives brings honor to those who have guided us. This verse calls us to live wisely, showing respect for the guidance we've received. Proverbs 27:12. The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. When driving, a careful person slows down if they see signs of danger, but a reckless driver may ignore them. This verse teaches us to be alert to warnings in life and avoid unnecessary risks. Proverbs 27:13. Take the garment of one who puts up security for a stranger. Hold it in pledge if it is done for an outsider. Lending to someone without knowing their ability to repay can lead to loss. This verse advises caution and discernment in financial dealings, particularly with those we don't know well. Proverbs Proverbs 27:14. If anyone loudly blesses their neighbor early in the morning, it will be taken as a curse. Imagine a neighbor shouting praises at dawn. It would likely irritate rather than flatter. Timing and consideration matter, even in well-meaning actions, reminding us to be thoughtful in how we express goodwill. Proverbs 27:15-16. A quarrelsome wife is like the dripping of a leaky roof in a rainstorm. Restraining her is like restraining the wind or grasping oil with the hand. Constant conflict in a home can be as frustrating as a leaking roof. This verse illustrates the impact of contentious behavior, advising against constant conflict and urging peace in relationships. Proverbs 27:17. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Just as two metal tools can sharpen each other, friends who challenge us can help us grow. This verse encourages relationships that refine and uplift us. Proverbs 27:18. The one who guards a fig tree will eat its fruit, and whoever protects their master will be honored. Like caring for a garden, diligent work yields reward. Loyalty and diligence in responsibilities lead to blessings, whether it's in a job, family, or community. Proverbs 27:19. As water reflects the face, so one's life reflects the heart. Our actions reflect our character, much like a mirror reflects our face. This verse teaches that what's within us will ultimately show through our lives. Proverbs 27:20. Death and destruction are never satisfying, and neither are human eyes. Just as death is unending, our desires can be insatiable. This verse warns against endless craving, urging us to find contentment in what we have. Proverbs 27:21. The crucible for silver and the furnace for gold, but people are tested by their praise, just as metals are tested in heat. People reveal their true character when praised. This verse reminds us to stay humble in recognition, as it reveals much about us. Proverbs 27:22. Though you grind a fool in a mortar, grinding them like grain with a pestle, you will not remove their folly from them. Sometimes, despite repeated correction, certain behaviors don't change. This verse advises us not to invest too much in trying to change those resistant to wisdom. Proverbs 27:23-24. Be sure you know the condition of your flocks. Give careful attention to your herds. For riches do not endure forever, and a crown is not secure for all generations. Managing resources carefully ensures lasting provision. This verse encourages responsible stewardship, reminding us that financial stability requires ongoing care. Proverbs 27:25-27. When the hay is removed, a new growth appears, and the grass from the hills is gathered in. The lambs will provide you with clothing, and the goats with the price of a field. You will have plenty of goat's milk to feed your family and to nourish your female servants. The cycle of seasons provides for the farmer and his family. This verse illustrates that diligent, seasonal work can sustain us and our families. This chapter offers rich wisdom on humility, relationships, prudence, and contentment, encouraging us to live wisely and cultivate meaningful relationships and a grateful heart. May the good Lord bless His word in our hearts and help us to be doers of His word. In Jesus' mighty name, Amen. Kindly subscribe and turn on post notification for more prayers and Bible reading. God bless you.